Welcome, collectors and model train enthusiasts. Thank you once again for joining me for episode 20 of the HO Files. You may have just finished watching episode 19, the Burning Betty's installment, and I mentioned in that video that I had purchased a few other of the Woodland Scenics Landmark Structure buildings. So in this installment, we're going to see two more of those buildings. We're going to see Dugan's Paint Store, and we're also going to see the Corner Emporium, both very cool buildings, and as you can see, they do feature working lights with LED plugins. So before we take a look at the buildings, as we always do with these, we will first take a look at all of the different scenery and vehicles that really bring the scenes to life. So let's go ahead and start first, left to right. First vehicle, here's an oldie but goodie. We have a Walthers. Hopefully the camera will focus here. There we go. We have a Walthers 1998 Ford Expedition in black. Now, very recently, they just announced a new run of these Expedition vehicles. So you can get one of the, this is actually the original run, but you can get the same vehicle now in a blister pack, part of the Walthers Scene Master vehicles, and they also did a number of the Ford Crown Victorias. So that is the black 1998 Ford Expedition. Here's a pretty sweet ride as well, especially for those of you that may be Wagon fans. I believe this is made by a company called Premium Class. I don't know that much about them. But this is the Volvo 240 GL station wagon in white. You can see the trademarked Volvo grille. I like to joke around and say these things are tanks, because if you've ever driven one of these or owned one, basically you can hit whatever you want in this thing and it's barely going to leave a dent. And also they handle like a tank. They don't turn or drive very well at all. But people love their Volvos, and you still see these old workhorses around cities and villages even today, whether they be late 80s or early 90s models. All right, next vehicle. This is also a new addition to me. Very small vehicle. This is the Busch Smart City Coupe. This one actually comes with some skis outfitted, and I really like this color purple as well. I think it looks pretty good. This is a factory color for Smart, and at least around me you see a lot of these. Not necessarily with snow skis, but I do like this version very, very much. All right, here's a brand new edition, brand spanking new, as in just came in yesterday. This is the Mini Champs 2018 Ford Fiesta ST in red. Man, that looks good. These Mini Champs vehicles are incredible. Up till recently, I didn't know that Mini Champs produced 187 HO scale vehicles. I knew of them through their 143 and 118 scale Formula 1 diecast, but I gotta say, they have knocked it out of the park with their Ford Fiestas and Ford Focuses that they recently released in HO scale. They have a plethora of different color combinations. So again, look into those if you're interested. And these are based on, like I said, the 2018 model here. All right, moving towards the back row. Here is a Atlas two-tone 1997 Ford F-150. My neighbor actually has this exact truck, which is why I sought out this color combination. Despite this being a very old model, it has a tailgate that goes down and even mirrors on this, which I always appreciated. These are very popular among model railroad enthusiasts. I don't think there's been a single HO layout I've seen that doesn't at least have one of these old Atlas Ford trucks on it. Okay. Here's a Viking Volkswagen Touareg in red. Another very popular casting in HO scale. You can still find these. They pull trailers as well. They offer this with, I think it's a yacht, and I think they offer it with another trailer combination. But I definitely know that it comes with a yacht, because I almost purchased that version. But I saw the red version, wanted to go with that one. Pretty sweet little modern-day SUV. All right, here's a Chrysler Pt Cruiser, based around the 2005-2006 model year. Not a big fan of this car in the real world, but you still see many of them on the roads today, especially in this silver color scheme. All right, and rounding out the vehicles on this street for this display is, once again, one of the new Mini Champs Ford vehicles. Unlike the first one that we saw, the red one, this is not a Fiesta, this is a Focus, and specifically it's the RS package, or Rally Sport package, and man, it looks good. Check out that blue, blacked out wheels. I gotta tell you, they nailed these, and I believe they retail for only about $20, which is very, very reasonable for an HO scale car. So if you've been taking a look at them online, or maybe this is the first time you've heard of them, I strongly encourage you to pick these up. So there you go. All right, let me take a short break. Let me get all the vehicles out of the way. When we come back, we'll focus in on the 2 buildings that make up episode 20 of the HO Files. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, welcome back, guys. Thanks for sticking with me. So the first building that I want to focus in on is the Woodland Scenics Corner Emporium, this building right here. Now, I can't really move them any closer to the camera because they are currently plugged in, but what I can do is zoom in on them. So the Corner Emporium actually has multiple different businesses built into the building. So as you can see here on the awning, there's a barber shop as well as a tobacco shop that sells fine cigars. And then, if I can do this carefully, maybe, yeah, there you go. If you look on the side of the building, you have, again, the barber shop and the barber pole, but also if you look upstairs, there's Boyd's Billiards and the pool hall sign, which I really, really like. So lots and lots of detail on this particular building. Again, if you look into the window, which it might be a little bit hard to see, but it has shampoo and haircuts on it. Thompson & Sons tobaccoist pipes. They have an old Indian figure there, which I think is kind of cool. You would see a lot of these on reservations for tobacco products back in the day, and even still today. Fine cigars on the side. You got a little bit of some old material. On the back, you have, again, wine, beer setups, a dumpster, some more trash, your electrical meters, and billiards as well. Here's a nice fire escape, which I think looks really, really good. Some more minute details include some weathering that comes in here. And obviously, let's not forget Old Glory here with the American flag. I like this bench here because it actually has 2 pieces of newspaper that have just been left there, along with a bike, some lights, and I already mentioned the barber's pole. So both of these buildings, and again, I'll show you this one in a minute, have the ability to be used with the Just Plug power supply by Woodland Scenics, or the Light and Hub set, which is what I'm using right now, because that allows you to plug 2 different buildings in and have 2 things running simultaneously, which is really, really cool. But if you only have one of these buildings, you really only need to buy just the Just Plug power supply, which is item number JP5770. If you want to have multiple, again, I would encourage you to look up the Light and Hub set, because you can monitor, which is right here. You can monitor your different settings by turning on the buildings. Individually, you can dim them. All kinds of fun stuff you can do with the Light Hub set. Okay, let's move on to the second building. By the way, I have this little just detail, just these 2 figures sitting talking to each other on a bench. That does not come with the set. That's an extra. Okay, so this is the Dugan's Paint Store, another one of the Landmark Structures kits by Woodland Scenics. Specifically, if you want to look this up, the item number is BR5053. So this is kind of based on a older traditional style paint store that you would see probably 20, 30 years ago. Maybe in some older towns and villages you would still see a building like this, maybe downtown. It's got a can of paint that's dumping along with the Dugan sign, which I really like. Again, some benches. You have some advertisements for different types of paints here in the windows. Again, some nice awnings, a light up here. On top of the building, again, you have all of your different equipment that would be on the roof. On the side, once again, some old style painted advertisements, paint supplies, paints. Here's your, I believe that's your gas and electric meter. On the back of this one, your fire escape, as well, or your balcony along with a fire escape, some trash, your rear entry, and again, your meters and things like that. If we switch it around to this side, you can see that there's a bike stashed here. Looks like an old Sherwin-Williams. Yeah, it is, an old Sherwin-Williams faded style advertisement on the side of the building. Some more weathering, and again, some shipping boxes and the like. So, there you go, collectors. that concludes episode 20 of the HO Files. I really, again, want to focus on these two ready-built kits. They're called the Landmark Structure Series by Woodland Scenics. Really have fallen in love with these buildings here over the course of the last couple weeks or so. They're extremely detailed. They are priced somewhere usually between $75 and $80, but you get a lot for that price. You can see all the different detail. Again, they are already wired and ready just to be plugged in, and again, that can be expensive if you're trying to do that by yourself. So factor all that in when you're talking about the price. And again, I just like all the other details that come with the kit, whether it would be additional benches, bikes, just different signage, flags, lights, all that kind of stuff that make these buildings come to life on your layout. As always, I'm Tommy with Diecast Emporium. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you in the next review.